Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Sitting here behind me is one of the discounted vehicles of the week, and it is of course the Progen T20. Quite the fan favorite, I must say. A lot of people really like this thing, myself included. Wish it had a little more customization, but it still is a really good car to purchase, and it is discounted by 30% off this week. It's really cool. It's got an active rear spoiler, much similar to the McLaren P1, which it is based off of in real life. So that's pretty neat. The customization itself is a little lacking, but it is still a really good looking car, and it certainly does perform pretty well too. It's all-wheel drive. It has a very good launch off the line, good acceleration, and a pretty good top speed, and the handling is pretty decent as well. So anyways, we're going to talk a little bit more about this car in a bit, but right now we got to talk about how to make some money this week in Grand Theft Auto Online, and boy, we have a good week on our hands, let me tell you. So to get started, we have double money and double RP on bunker sell missions. So they're going to be paying double what they normally would. Now normally for a $75,000 resupply, you can sell it for $210,000. This week though, that same $75,000 resupply is going to make you $420,000, which is pretty crazy. So the bunker is going to be super efficient this week, plus with the added bonus that they gave to it a little while ago, giving you 50% more time on the sale missions, it's going to be a much easier business to sell this week. So you guys should definitely be taking advantage of this. I do also have a full bunker guide on my channel, which I will link in the description of this video, as well as a bunch of other business guides in case you guys are interested in those. Now, not only do we have this going on with the bunker, but we also have double money, double RP, and double research progress on the research missions that you can request from Agent 14, who's the bunker guy. Pretty cool. Definitely make sure you're doing those, get some of that research completed. But not to mention, we also have double speed on bunker research itself. So if you haven't completed bunker research, or if you're trying to make money this week, whatever you're trying to do with the bunker this week, you're gonna do twice as fast, which is really awesome. So make sure you guys are taking full advantage of the bunker bonuses this week. It is a huge bonus. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite bonuses of the year in GTA Online. It usually happens about once every 3 months, I would say, but it certainly is something to take advantage of. So do that. And we also do have double money and double RP on the Deadline adversary mode, which is pretty cool. I'm personally not a fan of it just because my friends are a lot better at it than I am, so I always have a pretty miserable time when we do this, but it is pretty fun. So you guys should definitely give it a shot and find out if you're better than some of your friends. And if you are, you're going to have fun. So definitely a cool adversary mode. Definitely take advantage of the double money and double RP that's on it. And last but not least, we have double money and double RP on Fooligan jobs, which you can request from Dax. So you just call Dax up in your phone and you can request a Fooligan job. I believe these are going to be paying $100,000 per that you complete, because I think they regularly pay 50. But if not, they regularly pay 25, so you're going to get 50 for completing them. And you will need to complete 10 of these in order to unlock the equipment upgrade for your acid lab. So they are pretty important to get done. So if you don't have them done, you should be getting them done this week, and at least get some bonus money for it. So anyway, guys, that is it for bonus money. Now it's time to talk about some of the discounts this week. So let's go ahead and get started. On the Maze Bank Foreclosures website, you will find that bunkers are discounted by 30% off. Now, this is also including upgrades and modifications. So what I would say is to probably get a personal quarters in it. You can kind of avoid the shooting range entirely. You can also avoid the gun locker. You can avoid the transportation, and you can avoid changing the style of your bunker unless you really want to. The personal quarters is really the only thing that I would recommend. Also, with the money that you're going to save from not getting many things on your renovations, like just getting the personal quarters, you can put towards upgrades that will make the bunker more efficient and faster when it comes to producing weapons for you to then go and sell. So keep as much of your money as you can, get the personal quarters, avoid everything else for right now. You can always renovate it later, or later in the week once you've made some money with the bunker. Now, the two locations that I do recommend for the bunker are as follows. Chumash, right here on the left side of the map beside the highway here. It's going for $1,155,000 this week, or of course the Farmhouse Bunker. Now the Farmhouse Bunker is superior to the Chumash Bunker, despite the Farmhouse Bunker being slightly higher up on the map. The route to get into the city, which is where most of the sale missions will take place, is a lot easier from the Farmhouse Bunker. This terrain is a lot more flat. This terrain right here are huge mountains, and a lot of the vehicles you're going to get to sell with the bunker are not going to really like this sort of terrain. So I would heavily advise you to go for the farmhouse bunker. Now, Chumash people are going to be in the comments trying to convince you, trying to sway you into getting the Chumash bunker. Trust me, farmhouse is better. So if you have the extra money, you should go for the farmhouse bunker. But if you're on a budget, the Chumash bunker is super cheap and it's also a pretty good location. But definitely try to get the farmhouse bunker, for sure. On to Legendary Motorsport now. We have the Nagasaki Shotaro, otherwise known as the bike that you use in Deadline, discounted this week. It is 30% off, so if you guys are interested in it, it's a pretty cool one. It does glow in the dark, which is kind of nice, and it is one of the fastest bikes in the game when it comes to going around corners. This thing corners really, really well for a motorcycle, and that is the biggest advantage that it has, but it's also quite quick in a straight line as well. So if you're interested, it is not a bad thing to pick up this week, particularly while it is discounted. However, there are better things to pick up, like a bunker, for example, as well as some of the vehicles we're going to talk about in just a sec. On the two-door section on Legendary Motorsport, we have the Vapid Flash GT discounted this week. It is 30% off as well. Unfortunately, this thing is plagued with engine resistance, making it quite slow. Not a very fast car, however, it does have some nice customization, and if you can look past the slow speed, it might be worth picking up, but overall for the price that you're paying, I really don't think it's worth buying this week, so this is one that I would definitely say to avoid. And last but not least, on Legendary Motorsport, we have the Progen T20, like I mentioned right at the start of the video, going for $1,540,000, down from $2,200,000. This is one that you could pick up this week. Still not the best supercar ever, but as a car for cruising around in free mode, I'd say it's more on the worth it side than the not worth it side. I think it's really cool. I think it looks really good, but honestly, the call is up to you. It's a fantastic car. It has great handling, great acceleration and stuff like that. You're just not going to win any super class races with the vehicle. So do keep that in mind. I would say this is one that I would pick up this week if you're in the market for one. You know it's about to get real. We got some vehicle discounts on here, and we got a really good one this week, starting off with the HVY Night Shark, or the Heavy Night Shark, as people in the comments keep telling me to say it as. The Night Shark is a really good vehicle. It can take 27 homing missiles or 9 RPGs. It's got window plating, it's got some nice customization, it's good off-road, it's good on-road, and it is super fast for what it is. The Night Shark is awesome. It also has driver-controlled front-mounted machine guns. They're not the best thing ever, but they are pretty good nonetheless. The Night Shark is an absolute must pick up this week if you don't have one already. This thing is absolutely awesome. Please buy one this week. Next up, we have another vehicle that I'm going to tell you to please buy, and that is the weaponized Tampa. This is the most weaponized ground vehicle that you can get in Grand Theft Auto Online, and if you have bunker research completed, it is going to be super worth picking up. Now, if you don't have bunker research completed, this is one that you may want to sit and wait for and go and do some bunker research before you get it, especially while it's on double research speed. And Agent 14 research missions are also on double money, double RP, and double research. You can definitely get a good chunk of your research done this week while all these bonuses are going on, but you will need to unlock some things to make this car as good as it can possibly be. The first of those things is the dual top-mounted controllable miniguns. That is a must-have for the Tampa. It also has a rear mortar that can be mounted to it, as well as front-mounted missiles and a proximity mine dropper. This thing's crazy. Unfortunately, absolutely nothing in the way of armor, but against NPCs, this thing is crazy good. Please purchase a weaponized Tampa while it's on sale right now. Complete your bunker research at a later date if you have to, but this thing is definitely worth owning, guys. Please pick one up. Alright, so we're not quite done with the discounts. There is one more, but we got to go to the dealerships, the casino, the car meet, stuff like that, and talk about the vehicles that are available in all of those places. Within the casino, we have the Declasse Draugr available to be won this week. This is the best off-road class vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online for racing, and it's also excellent in free mode. This thing is actually a beast. You guys have got to come to the casino and try to win it this week. It is a fantastic vehicle, truly. Now, on the contrary, within the LS car meet, we do have the Principe Electro available to be won this week. Not the greatest vehicle of all time, not the greatest bike of all time either. However, for the challenge that it takes to win it, it is probably worth a shot. Place top 2 for 2 days in a row, and you will win the Principe Electro. Kind of a cool bike. It's got some somewhat nice customization. Overall, it's not going to win you any races or anything like that, but it is still kind of cool at the least. Within the car meet, we have 3 removed vehicles. On the left, we have the Dubachi Rapid GT, and this is the convertible variant. This thing is maybe worth picking up depending on how much money you want to spend. It is going for $140,000 and it is a removed vehicle, so do keep that in mind. And it does have a little tiny bit of customization. So this is one that I would say to pick up this week, mostly because it's removed. Next up in the middle, we have the Invitero Coquette Blackfin, and this is definitely one that I would look into picking up. This is one of the best sounding cars in the entire game, and it does have a little bit of customization. $695,000, not too shabby. Definitely pick this thing up if you guys are interested. Now, next up, we have the Visser Neo. This is a car that I personally don't like, but apparently it is one of the better sports cars in Grand Theft Auto Online. I personally can't stand how it drives, but a lot of people say they love it. It is going for just under $1.9 million this week, and this is one that I would say to avoid personally, but depending on if you like it or not, you may want to pick it up. And of course, it is another removed vehicle. Within Simeon's dealership this week, guys, we got some pretty good removed vehicles. Starting off in the corner with the Lampadaddy Tigane. This thing is discounted by 40% off this week, and it is a removed supercar. It's actually an awesome vehicle, and you guys should definitely pick it up. And for just over $1,400,000, you really cannot go wrong. It's got some really nice customization. It looks super cool, very unique. I think this is a must pick up this week, in my opinion, especially for 40% off and being removed. You really cannot go wrong with this one. Next up, we have the Rapid GT Classic. This thing is one of the very best sports classic cars in the entire game. Now, if you do play on current gen, you are going to have access to the Turismo Classic with HSW, so this thing's going to get walked. But for only $904,000, you are getting a car with some great customization and some really awesome performance. You kind of can't go wrong with picking it up. Next up, we have the Bravado Verli Ra. I think is how the Germans have told me to pronounce it. I probably butchered it. I'm sure I did, actually. This thing's pretty cool. It's another removed vehicle. It goes for $695,000, I want to say. Yes, I was correct. Look at that. Look at that knowledge check right there. Little bit of customization on this one. Also sounds really, really good. Drives nicely. I think this is one to pick up this week. Of course, it is removed as well, so that is an added bonus to it. Next up, we got the Pegassi Vodka for 240 grand. I don't even need to check the price. I know that's how much it costs. It's got a little bit of customization, not a hell of a lot, and it kind of drives really terribly. But for 240k nowadays in GTA to get a removed Pegassi vehicle that looks like a Gallardo, I don't know, you kind of can't really go wrong with it, but at the same time, you kind of can. This is one that I'm not 100% sure on, but I would say that I probably recommend it for most people. It's one of the very worst supercars in the game though, so do keep that in mind for sure. And of course, last but not least, we have the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer as well. Don't really have much of an opinion on this thing, not gonna lie. I don't really deal with these sort of vehicles that are like ATVs and stuff. I don't really deal with them too much. How much is it? Let's find out. Oh, $69,000. Oh man, buy it for sure. Luxury Autos blows as usual. We got the Annis Euros X32 and the Pipistrello, two cars that I can literally just go onto the internet and boom, right there on the website. Speed run, let's see. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Did I miss it? Bro, where is it? Was it on Legendary? It totally is on Legendary. That's my fault. Damn, I'm dumb. Right here. 1.5 mil. Yeah. Yeah, nothing special here. I definitely wouldn't have liked to see any more removed vehicles. I just want to see vehicles I could buy at the best of times anyways. I don't know if they're ever going to learn, guys. I really don't. I really don't. Within the Chop Shop, we got the 10F available this week, the Fathom FR36, and the Canis Seminole Frontier. The Frontier is available for completing the cargo ship robbery. The Fathom is available for completing the gangbanger robbery. And of course, the Obey 10F is available for completing the McTony robbery. For your time trials this week, we got Construction Site 1 for the RC Bandito today. For the Junk Energy for today, we got Sewer System. Your regular time trial is Observatory, and your HSW time trial starts right here in Sandy Shores, and it will end down at the Junkyard in Los Santos right about here. Anyway guys, that has been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Consider subscribing to my channel if you guys are new. Not many of you guys are subscribed, and I definitely would like to see those numbers go up a little bit. So if you enjoy my content and you want to see more stuff like this as well as all the other stuff I do, consider subscribing. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.